Record. All right. Hey, team. Welcome to our Tuesday night call, which is usually on Thursdays, but it's Tuesday, December 22nd. Tonight, our call is talking about consistency, and I actually have slides for the call tonight. If you guys know me, I always go above and beyond for my slides. If you've come to the calls before, they're like my favorite thing to do. So I am going to open up the slides. If somebody, Darla, you are the person I see on my screen. If you can give me a thumbs up when I hit play to make sure that you see it. That way I'm good to go. All right. All right. So let's talk about some announcements real quick. Obviously, I don't have top coaches because it is Tuesday, not Thursday. So December 31st, next Thursday, is the last day to rank up for 2015. I feel like I'm yelling at you guys. I'm really sorry if I am. I talk loudly when I wear headphones. But anyways, December 31st is the last day to rank up for 2015. If you wanted to be an Emerald coach in 2015, you still have like 10 more days. So I don't want you to be like, it's not happening, because it ain't over till it ain't over. It's also the last day to lock in Success Club. December 31st. Up for grabs this month is Sagi bobblehead. You know you all want a Sagi bobblehead. But locking it in, that way you know you made it through one of the toughest months of the year, and you made it through no matter what. So that's December 31st. All ducks must be in a row by December 30th at 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. If you have any questions about ranking up, shoot me a message, shoot your upline a message, and we can talk. Next thing that's happening, if you guys notice, I put up a post in the team page. I will no longer be making the monthly calendars for you guys to like print off. It is actually now on a website that I can update at any time. It's much more efficient, and it won't take me 3 hours to make. It's like quick, boom, color coded, my cup of tea. So make sure you check it out. So anyways, starting January 4th, we're starting our coaches only challenge group. So for those new to the team, we used to do them quite a bit, but we're going to kick off the new year. It's a 30-day challenge group. It is a $10 buy-in. There are 3 ways to win money. One's by being an active, by like participating, the most participation. 2 is by total inches lost, and 3 is by total weight lost. So far, we have 34 people that say they're going to be a part of it. $10 buy-in, and you must be an active coach. So what that means is if you have not bought Shakeology or a program or sold anything within the last 35 days and you are not active by December 31st, you cannot join the challenge group. The only reason we do that is because, as much as I love you guys, if somebody's going to be winning money, they need to be an active coach, because that means they're being a product of the product. I think it's fair. So that's the rules. That's what it is. Join us. Accountability, support. And I mean, $10, you never know what you can win. All right. And then the next thing I'm pretty excited about, if you were on the call last week, we talked about it. January 6th, we're doing a What is Coaching live event. Now, please pay attention as I talk about this. It is from 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's not a call. It's not a webinar. It's not them hopping on the phone. It will be an event invite. So just how I invite you guys to the team call every single week, I will be making an event invite. And then you guys can invite people to the event from 9 to 10. I will post every 10 minutes. I will have coaches sharing their story. I will have coaches sharing videos. We will talk about different topics. So they don't have to jump on they don't have to jump on a call, and it's for 1 hour only. That way they can come back and check it out after they've done it before. Emily's done it before, and a lot of top coaches have done them before, and they work great. So we are going to test it. So after Christmas, I will make an event for it, and we will start inviting like crazy. That way we can get people interested and on board and a part of our phenomenal team as we head into 2016. So that's what's going down. If you have any questions, let me know. All right, let's talk about how to stay consistent. We've talked about this before. It's my favorite word. Like you guys know, consistency, the C word, it's my favorite word in the entire dictionary, and not that C word, the word consistency. So how do you stay consistent? It's actually super simple. I could probably actually just sum this call up in one slide and be done with it. Just freaking do it. There it is. There's how you stay consistent. That's it. That's the team call. No, I'm just kidding. But no, really, you just do it. There's no secret. There's no big secret sauce or big tip on how to do it. You just have to freaking do it. I know you're probably like, Ashley, like, really? You invited me to a team call to tell me that this is how you do it? But it's true. There's no tips on staying consistent. It's just doing it daily in and out every single day. That means your power hour. That means inviting. That takes me to my next slide. That means your workouts, your Shakeology, posting on social media, inviting every single day. Every time Emily posts Failure Friday, without a doubt, everybody says they failed at inviting. It's the same response every week from the same people. But yet every week it's the same response. So that means that we're not working on what needs to be fixed. That means you're not being consistent in inviting. You have to be consistent in the team page. That means commenting on a post. I don't know if y'all know, and Anna cracked me up when I said this earlier, I can see when you guys read my post. I can see you reading it. So if you're not liking it or you're not commenting at it, I'm like, I'm just calling a name because I can only see 3 faces. Why didn't Darla comment? I saw Darla read this. I can see y'all. So think twice before you read a post and you don't comment. Welcome new coaches. Congratulate them from hitting a huge milestone. Just think that if you hit a milestone or you were new to the team, how does it feel if nobody's commenting? Got to be active in the team page, active in your challenge groups, active with your coaches. Consistency is key. If you cannot be consistent, then you can't do anything, or you can't be anything according to this quote. And it's true. The key to building a successful business is being consistent. You have to show up daily. And I know sometimes it's hard. Trust me, I know this time of year is not easy. But you're on this call, which shows me that you're here, you want to be here, and you want to do this. You got to be consistent. So you have to be consistent in your workouts. Do anybody recognize any of these familiar faces? These are people that I can count on without a doubt. And trust me, there's a ton more on the team. I just put 3 circles that are going to post their workouts every single day. Okay, maybe they take a rest day, but I can always count on Anna. I don't think Anna knows what a rest day is. I don't think she's ever taken a rest day in her entire life. So I know every single day Anna's going to post a workout picture. And you better believe if I don't see a workout picture from Anna for a week, probably even for 2 days, and be like, what's going on? I'm going to shoot Anna a message because that's not like her. Same thing goes with the people that are following you. They're going to know, and they're going to be like, all right, she hasn't posted a workout picture in like a week. So is she committed? Is she sick? Has she given up? Has she fallen off the wagon? What's going on? You have to be consistent. You can't preach to others to work out if you're not doing it yourself. And trust me, I have done this before. I'm doing it right now. I haven't worked out in 2 days. And before that, it had been a week. But when I don't work out, I'm honest. I lay it out and I'm like, listen, and tomorrow I'm going to be doing a big old post about it. I probably ate 12 cookies today. I apologize. That's why I'm drinking my Shakeology for dinner right now. But you have to be consistent. Have to be day in and day out. And you have to be consistent sharing these workouts. I know you may think people may get sick of your sweaty selfies or seeing your workout posts. Kiddos, cover your ears. Who gives a shit? Honestly, this is your life. This is what you want to do. You want to be healthier. You want to build a business. You want to inspire people. So post your darn selfies. If they don't like it, guess what? They can unfriend you. And I know that may be like a hard pill to swallow, but I used to be the same way. I'm like, I'm not sure people are going to want to see this. And now I'm like, unfriend me, delete me, block me. I don't care what you got to do, but I'm not going anywhere. If this is what you want to do, and if this is what you're passionate about, post them. You never know who's watching. You never know who you're inspiring. You never know who's motivated. And they may never say anything. They may never even like a post. I have had people reach out to me 3 years after starting, like, Ashley, I've been watching you. I've never commented, but you motivate me every single day. That's worth sharing a sweaty selfie. That to me is absolutely worth it. If it motivates one person, I've done my job. Every single month, you have to be consistent with Success Club. I forgot to put this on the other consistency thing, but every single month, absolutely zero excuses of why you're not getting it. Stephanie Parks has hit it for the last 11 months. Lindsay Sessions has hit it for the last 12 months. I have hit it for the last 22 months. For 22 months, I have said absolutely not, no excuses. For the last 22 months, I have found 3 people every single month to help change their lives. No excuses. If it is the last day of the month and I am not locked in Success Club 5, you better believe I am busting my hiney to get it done. For me, if I don't hit Success Club 5 by like the 5th of the month, I am freaking the heck out. And I know not everybody else is like me, and that's okay. but you have to stay consistent in Success Club. Last month, we had 5 coaches at Success Club, 5 out of 271 coaches. To me, that shows me that people aren't being consistent. And I know you're gonna be like, Ashley, shut up. I hate you. It's not easy to get Success Club. You make it sound like it's easy. But I'm going to ask you, are you being consistent? Are you being consistent with your power hour, your vital behaviors, your inviting? Because you're probably going to tell me no. Or you're going to tell me yes, and you're telling me I tried my hardest. And I'm like, okay, well, if you know that you gave 100%, then that's all you can do. The Success Club has to be a non-negotiable. If you are heading into 2016 with some big, scary goals, Success Club is non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. It's not a goal. It's a non-negotiable. Everywhere else, you got to check into the team page. And do you like my comment? And for the love, comment on the post. I mean that in the nicest way. So if you have been with Team Fire to Get Fit since, I call it pre-summit, so anywhere from January up until July, our team was on fire. We were adding 40 to 45 coaches a month. We were hitting 20, 30 people a month. We're hitting Success Club. We were ranking up like none other. Our team was active. And then somewhere after Summit, we just kind of all gradually slipped downhill. And I'm not saying everybody. I'm saying, but I can see a major shift in the team. There's not as many posts in this team page. There's not as many comments. There's not as many people in the team call. We're barely adding coaches anymore. So you have to check into the team page. Comment on the post. Be there for one another. I posted on the top of the group of our, on the cover photo, like what our team's mission is. Our mission is to, I'm blanking. Wow. Yep. Yeah. I know what our mission is, but I am completely blanking. I don't have notes in front of me. People who are motivated to do more. There we go. That is our mission. So a part of our team page is having a judgment-free, being active, supporting other people. That means you're present in the team page. You have to be consistent in running challenge groups every single month. If you are not running a challenge group every month, this is your number one problem in your business. You cannot be running a challenge group and expect to succeed and thrive in this business. You have to run a challenge group. You have to, like, no questions asked. I've been running a challenge group every single month since I signed up to become a coach. That is 36 months of running a challenge group. Find someone to help run them with you. Like Jessica, she is my accountability support challenge group buddy for life. I love doing them with her. We kick ass together. So find someone that you love to do a challenge group with, but you have to do one every month. I don't care if it's a 30-day one, a 60-day one, a 90-day one. You should have an active challenge group every month. Being on the team calls. No excuses. I don't give a crap if Scandal is on TV. If Scandal has a higher priority over our team call, then you are not committed to this business. And I know sometimes work gets in the way. I'm saying work is good. Family's over. You haven't seen them in a long time. But you have to make the team call a priority. If your husband says, hey, honey, you want to go get some ice cream? And it's 8:55, you're going to be like, sorry, babe, it's almost 9 o'clock. I've got a team call. You have to make team calls your priorities. And I know sometimes you guys are like, they're boring. I don't get anything out of them. You have no idea what you miss when you're not on these calls. I have bonded with more coaches on these calls than I have anywhere else because we just get to be ourselves. We get to hang out. And what you see on the recording, you don't see after the recording. So for those listening to the recording, we hang out afterwards. You miss that time. You miss that bonding. You have to be on the team calls. No excuses. And personal development. You know, and I could preach to you on how much you have to do it and why you have to do it, but I can't preach to you because I suck at doing personal development. But that is my number one priority in 2016, to get it in every single day. Because I can tell you when I'm not doing my personal development, I see a huge shift in myself. So that means listening to the National Wake Up Calls, reading personal development books, listening to podcasts. If you do not have a personal development book, I want you to put a giant star, a giant asterisk, put it on the top of your to-do list to message me or your upline coach, and we will figure out the perfect personal development book for you. You have to have one. You have to be doing it. So what happens in this? Okay, I gave y'all, let's back up. I gave y'all some choices for the team call. Some said to be transparent, some to talk about consistency. So I'm going to do both. So what happens when you're consistent? your income grows. This is not a lie. These are my numbers. This is my income from the first year I was a coach up until this year. So the past 3 years that I've been a coach. Do you see that huge shift from 2013 to 2014? That is a huge jump. What was going on in 2013? I had quit the business. I quit Hitting Success Club. I was that coach that my upline could count on hitting Success Club every single month. I quit Hitting Success Club in November. And the only reason I was still making any sort of money was because I was running a challenge group and I was getting random cycle bonus. Other than that, I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't inviting. I wasn't working out. I wasn't drinking my Shakeology. So I had one of my lowest months ever in Beachbody. Jumped to 2014. I made over almost 2,000 more than I did the year before. What's the difference? I was consistent. I was doing my workouts. I was drinking my Shakeology. I was fighting like crazy. I was being consistent and jumping to this year. And I know some of you guys are like, Ashley, do you see that jump? That's really not that much of a jump. And you may have seen other coaches like in other teams that have gone for like 10,000 more like month to month. I'm not here to make six figures. I'm here to inspire and motivate people. So if my paycheck jumps, I guess it was $900. I can't do math in my head. But you can see I'm still consistent. I'm still doing my daily vital behaviors. I'm hitting Success Club every single month, and my paycheck is growing because of that. If you're consistent in inviting and hitting Success Club 5 in your vital behaviors, you'll see your income grow. And if you're listening and you're like, Ashley, I'm not in this in the fun money, good for you. I am in this to help people, but this is also my livelihood, and this helps my why. Me helping and inspiring other people helps me fulfill my why and make it happen. So this shows you what happens when you're consistent. And I meant to put on here, so in 2013, I think I made roughly $6,000 my first year as a coach. That was from January. I signed up at the end of January until the end of, all the way to the end of 2013, roughly $6,000. In 2014, I made $32,000. This year, I have made $43,000 with Beachbody. That's where I'm going to end for the year. So that just goes to show, if you're consistent, I went from 6,000 to 34,000. This is about as transparent and real as it gets, me sharing to you guys what I make a year. Y'all may judge me. You'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe she just said how much she makes, and this is going to be on the internet forever. But this is me being honest with you guys. This is what you have to do to be consistent. Just think, for those that are working full-time, what would an extra $34,000 do for you? Because I was still working full-time when I made $34,000 last year. That was on top of my salary as a retail manager. What would that do for you and your family? Think about that when you don't want to be consistent anymore. All right, so the moral of the story is you have to quit making excuses. 2016, I don't know about you guys, but I am fired up. I was just talking to Lindsay Sessions earlier, like 2016 is my year. This is my year to make it happen. 2016 will be the best year yet. And it's going to be your year because we are going to push together as a team to hit our goals. So that means no more excuses. As the motto for my 2016 A New Challenge Group is, no excuses, no bullshit, no BS. It is time to make it happen. Anna's eyes just went really wide when I said that. She's who I see on my screen. She's like, oh boy. And for those new to the team, I apologize. I curse and I try to keep it down to a minimum. So if it's I'm busy, that does not fly with me. If y'all remember, I swear I preached all the time. When I first signed up, I was working full time. I was planning a wedding. I was taking 6 classes. I was doing a 20-hour internship, and I was commuting 2 hours, 5 days a week. If I can do it doing that, y'all can squeeze it in 30 minutes a day, an hour a day. It's too late in the month. I can't hit Success Club. I'm going to call bluff on that and say, nope, try again. I need a better reason. I don't care if it's the 31st and it's 10 o'clock at night. You better be calling Aunt Sue, Cousin Merle, Billy Bob Jean, I don't care who, and you better be locking in your Success Club. If it is that important to you, you will find a way. I was told no. Girlfriends, do you know how many times I have been told no? Do you know how many no's are on my list? Probably like literally 1,000 no's. But I'm here, I'm present, I'm making it happen. And my favorite, but people are ranking higher than me and they're growing than me. Y'all, don't let that get you down. You cannot let that be the reason that stops you from hitting your goals. That person may have a different market. That person may have a different niche than you. That person may be a personal trainer. That person may be inviting 15 people a day. Who cares if they're growing faster than you? You worry about you. You do you. And if you want to reach those goals, then you need to be doing you and you need to be consistent. Don't care about other people. That'll be the quickest way for you to fail in this business. So, no one is going to make this happen for you. Only you can do this. Your upline isn't going to do it for you. Your success partner is not going to do it for you. That's all I got. Those two. You have to do it. If your upline isn't helping you, reach out to another coach on the team. If your upline isn't able to answer you as quickly, message someone else, post in the team page, Google it. If your upline hasn't gotten you into training, get into your own training. Dive into YouTube videos. Never blame your upline for this not happening for you. This is your business. Yes, we are a team, but this is your business. This is your baby. If you want it, make it happen. If you want diamond or higher in 2016 and you are not doing these things daily, it ain't going to happen. It's a cold, honest truth. I know it's harsh, but it's true. You got to be consistent. All right, so call to action for you guys. What areas do you need to be more consistent on? I want you guys to make a list. I better see some page jotting or put in your phone or whatever you need to do. What areas do you need to be consistent in? Then what you're going to do is you're going to make a game plan. I really don't know what and how tong to be and how, I don't know what word I was trying to say there, but we're going to go with it. Anyways, you're going to make a game plan on how you're going to be more consistent and you're going to email it to me. My email is Oden, ODEN, bbcoach@gmail.com. I'll give you all till Sunday because it's Christmas. You're welcome. I love you guys. Just kidding. No, but seriously, if you're on this call or if you're listening to the call, I'm not going to hound anybody for an email. If you want to make this happen, you'll email it to me. But what areas do you need to be consistent in and what is the game plan? And the number one thing I better see on everyone's list is inviting because Lord knows that is all what we all need to be consistent in. Let's not lie to Ashley. Ashley knows. So that is a game plan. That is what you guys need to message to me every time I do it. Let's hope it doesn't freeze on me. Yay. Sometimes it freezes whenever I stop. So before we jump into the next round of calls, I want to open it up to any questions. I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody, minus my 2 phone callers. I love you phone callers, but I get so much darn static from you guys. And feel free, maybe, my phone callers, you guys can text me or message me on Facebook and I will unmute you. So does anybody have any questions? Anything they want to add? Nope, there we go. Okay. Anything that you want to add? Any tips that you may have? This is now the time to speak up, ask questions, and if you don't want to be unmuted, just mute yourselves right away. I just don't like to have control over muting you guys if you want to talk. Does anybody have anything to add? Questions, anything?
I do.
Yay! Hi, Darla.
Hey, I know we've gone over this before, like about inviting and don't play God per se to like, you know, who you should invite and who you shouldn't invite. And that is just so true. In last week I had 2 people that I was like, oh, you know, I don't think they'd be interested. And I didn't invite them. And then yesterday, there are people that I work with, come to find out that they joined a gym and signed up with a personal trainer. And I'm like, you know, I learned from that big time. So just don't ever think that somebody's not going to be interested. Like, go for it, invite them, just invite whoever you can. Don't even second guess it because you'll lose them.
I completely agree with you. And I think we've talked about this before. I've mentioned the team page or somebody's posted, I'm sure before, where they're like, so-and-so signed up with another coach. I found out, I'm like, well, did you invite them? And they're like, no, I didn't think they want to be a coach. You don't know. You have no idea until you ask them. And I know I've talked about it on other calls and I know other coaches have said it, but just like Darla said, you can't play God. You got to let everybody know about this amazing opportunity. You really do, which kind of like, so I got on Periscope yesterday, which is why Molly, are you here because of my Periscope?
Mm-hmm.
She is.
Yep.
Okay, so I jumped on Periscope, and I mainly use Periscope for like planning. So I have like a lot of planner girls that follow me. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to share this. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. And I shared what coaching, Mayor, stop it. Sorry, Stilt is growling. I shared what coaching was. I shared about my story. And guess what? Molly is now here with us because she jumped on that Periscope and she listened to what I had to say. If I would have done that Periscope, who knows if I would have met Molly. So, yes, that was in addition to Darla's comment. Don't play God. Don't do it. Just don't.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So I've heard from a lot of people, I don't like to work out at home. What do you usually like, and how, like, not to like where you're like, oh, I'm going to try and sell them on working out at home. Cause I don't like the idea of like selling people on things. I want to come from an honest place. Cause I do think that there's benefits to both. Cause I do like working out in an environment where there's a lot of people pushing me. And so is there any tips that you have that, you know, like, or things that you say to people that give them more inspiration about working out at home? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of my question.
Cara, were you raising your hand?
Yeah. Sorry, I like randomly got really sick. So I would ask them why, because they have a reason. So that's
Right.
where I would start. And if it's like you were saying, I come from, I was working out at the gym a lot before Beachbody. I've done CrossFit. I do Beachbody. I love CrossFit for what it is too. And it's very different. But I would ask them why, because if they're coming from what you're saying, like, I like to be in an atmosphere where people are challenging me around me. Well, that's what a challenge group is for. Or I don't think that I'm going to be accountable if I'm in my home. Well, that's what a challenge group is for. You know what I mean? They have a reason, and you just need to find out what that reason is to be able to lead them in the right direction as to if that's for them. I don't think that I can afford a trainer. You have a trainer on the TV. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. And it initiates like more conversation about the subject too, which is good. And you learn
and what you can offer. Yeah.
And you can also, like, I have there's probably quite a few coaches on the team that still incorporate the gym with their home workouts. They like going to the gym, and I'm like, that's great. But what about the days that you don't feel like getting up and driving and getting dressed? Like, then you have this at home. And that's also where you can also bring in Shakeology. Like, to me, Shakeology is the biggest component when I'm talking to somebody. It's not the workout, it's Shakeology. So it's like, okay, that's cool. I understand you don't like to work out at home. Totally respect it. Have you considered adding this into your regimen? Because I think this would really help. And that's where you can also introduce Shakeology as well.
Yeah. I get a lot of people liking the Shakeology. I've noticed in the people that I've been inviting, but I've gotten less people interested in the workouts. So I think that's where I literally, everybody's like, what are these smoothies you're talking about? Smoothie. I'm like, okay, well, we also have other things too, you know, but I don't want to like go into that. I tend to try and, especially because I haven't talked to some of these people in so long that I want to start conversations not just about this, so I can get that going and then incorporate it. But people seem, in my world right now, seem to like the Shakeology more. So,
and that's like another way that you can introduce a program. For me, I never let anybody buy Shakeology by itself, because what they're going to do is they're going to spend $130 plus the tax on it. So what, like $135, $140? I always say, you know what, for $10 more, you might as well just get a free workout, and then you have it for whenever you want to do it. And 10 out of 9, we're going to go with it. That's my own number tonight. 9 out of 10 times, people are going to be like, you know what, I might as well just spend that extra $10 and pick up at a workout. Like, it's completely worth it. So that can be another avenue of introducing a workout to somebody as well. Does that help, Candace?
That's great.
I've got an idea for that too.
Anybody can talk up. That's fine. My computer keeps freezing, so keep going for it.
Yeah, it did. Thank you.
Hello?
Melissa, was that you talking
Can you hear
up?
me? Anybody? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Good.
I had an idea. Well, not necessarily an idea, but what I used as far as like at work, when customers have questions about protein, and it goes with the Shakeology as well. Getting the nutrition for someone who's completely new to it. Yes, using what Ashley's talking about with, you know, getting the workout for $10 extra, whatnot. You don't necessarily have to do the workouts immediately. get the Shakeology, get used to the program. Because I actually had a couple people interested, but don't want to do the workouts immediately. No one's quite purchased it yet, but I'm right there. But getting that nutrition and getting used to the routine has been my go-to in that aspect. Talk about the shakes, yes, because that's going to base your nutrition is 70% of your life, 30% gym. So if you get your nutrition under control, then it's all gravy from there.
No, I agree with you. I actually have a challenger. She bought the 21-day fix and she bought Shakeology. She hasn't even touched the fix yet. She's already 10 pounds just from drinking Shakeology for the last month and a half. That's not even touching the workouts. So it just goes to show, like, I strongly believe in both components.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else have any other questions, comments, concerns, or anything about what we talked about, or any tips they want to add? I'll just make silly. Yeah, go ahead, Candace.
I got one more. So when I put under when you asked me about my formula, I figured I should probably explain it in person more than trying to write it out, because it's probably much easier said in person. So what I had, one of my best friends came by, I want to say a couple weeks ago, right before I got sick. And she was like, Candace, you are, incredibly creative and you have so many ideas all the time. And you're always like, oh, what about this? But when it comes down to staying consistent and putting together a schedule and sticking to it, she's like, you have severe ADD. And then you just, you're all over the place. And I was like, yeah, I'm like, thanks for the compliment. And then shooting me down. But yes, that's very true. So she was amazing. And she put together this essentially like a formula for me to follow. And she wrote everything out. And she was like, start with topics every month and then have subtopics and then go from there. And she was like, and every week plan for the next week. And she was like, and for you, she's like, that could be the easiest way for you to stay consistent and stay on it. Because if you're planning for the week ahead and you have everything, she's like, it's a no-brainer when you look at your cheat sheet and you're like, okay, it's Tuesday. This is what I'm doing. This is the type of picture I'm doing. This is how I'm going to go about it. And she's like, then you won't, if you're busy or if you have something going on, she was like, you don't have to sit there and freak out because you're like, oh my God, I don't have anything planned. I don't know what to do. And so I haven't started it yet because my plan is to, start everything once January comes, but I'm hoping that helps me. But that's kind of, I just wanted to let everybody else know that I hope that works, but it sounds like it could be very helpful for people that are really busy and that don't necessarily know how to figure everything out. So hopefully it helps all of you. I hope it helps me too. So I'm going to try it and see if it works for me, but it could be cool.
You'll have to let me know how it goes, because that could be something that definitely gets shared in the team page that could like really help benefit other people. A lot of us love to plan, but finding new avenues of ways to plan things is like super beneficial.
Yeah, for sure.
And that makes a lot more sense when you say it out loud. So thank you for that.
Like, what do you mean by formula? I'm like,
what is she talking about? I'm like, what is she, an engineer? Like, what is she doing? Is she making some samples over there?
I know. I was like, good question. I didn't really explain myself. Thank you.
No, that's awesome. All right. Does anybody have anything else? Because if not, then what I'll do is I'll stop this call and then we'll dive right in the next call because I'm excited about it. And so we won't talk about it until I'm done recording because this goes on YouTube. All professional over here. Have anything? All right. For those listening to the call, be here next week. I was hoping we would max out. That's okay. I forgive you. But I will see you guys next week.